Good evening, friends. Welcome to the last day of our sixth batch of Executive Development Program, specially focused for May 2018 pass outs. But of course, all the later pass outs have also been invited to the program. We had a marathon's 6 batches, and today is the 41st day of the batch, which started on 21st of April. Today's is a panel discussion with very eminent members from various jurisdictions, including India. The subject head is Trilogy of Professional Success, Leadership, Upskilling, and Networking. It will be moderated by a very popular figure and a very popular face in our EDP programs, CA Nirlab Bhatt Doha. And we have an eminent panel comprising of CA Dilip Thakkar from India, CA Gopal Balasubramaniam of Doha, CA Sundaresan Rajeshwar of Doha, CA Hatim Hussain of Doha, CA Ravi Shankar Doha, and CA Rakesh Singhvi Doha. Before I hand over the charge to CA Nirlab Bhatt, let me just introduce you, although it is not necessary, most of you are already aware of him, but still, as a matter of record, I'll just read out very, very briefly about his accomplishments. CA Nirlab Bhatt, who currently works with Tehsil Group in Qatar, carries the diverse experience of 14 years in banking, infrastructure, and trading sectors with reputed organizations in India and Qatar. He feels that Indian CAs are industry leaders, rightly so, and they have sound technical knowledge and practical exposure, which provide a competitive edge to chartered accountants across the sectors. CA Nirlab is a prolific communicator and carries a flair for written and oral communication. As he has been a speaker on various professional events for the members and students, and has also contributed professional articles in various magazines and journals. He is privileged to be a part of the managing committee since 2014-15 and firmly believes in the phrase, be the change you wish to see the world. Thank you so very much, CA Nirlab Bhatt, and over to you. The stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Ranganathanji, for your very kind and generous introduction, sir. Something apart from my profile. Very grateful to you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
I commend the profound vision of Committee of Members in Industry and Business Committee Chair, CA Hansraj Chugji and CA Durgesh Kabraji, for initiating this very, very innovative event of the Executive Development Program. The series of program is ongoing since more than 2 months, and today is the last day of the 6th batch of such event, as mentioned by Ranganathanji. The gamut of topic covers is quite wide, with technical sessions, opportunities in various overseas countries, knowledge sharing on soft skills, and opportunities for women members as well. Expert speaker who have been sourced globally. Friends, 28 June 2021. This date will remind me the slogan of the Institute, what it is, celebrating the past and inspiring the future. Today we are going to celebrate the past with 5 past chair and 1 senior member, and today we have inspired the future as well by signing a path-breaking memorandum of understanding with Qatar Financial Center Authority and ICAI. So the slogan of the Institute, which was unveiled on its 70th years, aptly today applies to the Doha chapter of ICAI, of which I am serving as the chairperson. Today's session on panel discussion on trilogy of professional success, leadership, upskilling and networking. Qatar, all the panelists, although CA Thakkar sir is located currently in Mumbai, but he was in Qatar for more than 3 decades. So we can say that all of us are from Qatar. I am currently in Qatar, which is a very, very peaceful, prosperous and progressive country. Before the discovery of the oil, the Qatar was famous in the Middle East for pearl diving business. Pearl divers used to find gems and pearls while going deep in the sea. Today's 6 panelists, I would say, are precious pearls of the Doha chapter. And now I will take the opportunity to very briefly introduce them. Our first panelist is CA Dilip Thakkar, joining us from Mumbai. CA Dilip Thakkar qualified in 1969 and is the founder chairman of the Doha chapter of ICAI, the oldest among the 42 overseas countries. With an unwavering commitment, he, along with CA Ganesh Mahalingam and CA M.I. Farid, who went on to become the chairman of the chapter, these three people founded the chapter. He is fondly known as the father of the overseas journey of the ICAI, and rightfully so. We have CA Gopal Balasubramaniam, senior partner in KPMG Qatar, who is heading audit division, past chairman of the Doha chapter of ICAI, and resident of Qatar since 27 years. We have CA Rajeshwar Sundareshan. CA Rajeshwar is, apart from CA, is a CIA, CISA, certified fraud examiner, CCSA, CFSA, and many other qualifications. He is also past chairman of the Doha chapter of the ICAI and an eminent panelist and moderator on various global forums. CA Ravi Shankar, finance director of Qatar Rail, one of the most prestigious and largest infrastructure projects undertaken by Qatar, and he carries diversified professional experience of over 30 years, and is also a past chairman of the Doha chapter. We have CA Hatim Hussain, who represent the executive board of Abu Isa Holding, very prominent local conglomerate in Qatar, and he functionally holds the position of group CFO. He is also an active alumnus of the Harvard Business School, as he has completed the MBA from Harvard in 2013. And we have CA Rakesh Sanghvi. CA Rakesh is a chartered accountant and CISA qualified professional from USA and carries 33 years of the rich experience in risk management, corporate banking, corporate finance, and audit with Big Four accounting firm. Friends and members, today we will be having on this very interesting topic 3 rounds of the panel discussion. First round is an I would say the exhaustive round, in which each of the eminent panelists will be asked 2 questions on which they will be sharing their views. That is the main round. Second round will be little shorter one, which I call fireside chat, on which also they will be asked some question, and there will be follow-up questions also. The idea of this panel discussion to have these 3 topics is to have as many inclusive views on these topics as possible, as well as to respect the divergence of views and to celebrate probably the experience of the eminent panelist. And the last one, we will have the rapid fire round. I need not to elaborate what is rapid fire round is all about. So let's unveil the panel discussion on trilogy of professional success: leadership, upskilling, and networking. Our first panelist, as I have just touched upon his introduction, Dilip V. Thakkar.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I will just introduce you a little further, sir. Qualified chartered accountancy. Friends, hold on your breath. In 1969, he has been a rank holder in both intermediate and final CA. In India, 3 years he served with Garware Nylons Limited as management accountant, and further 3 years with Emco Transformers. In Qatar, 2 years as a finance manager in Rafco Group, and 36 years as group financial controller with Taysir Group, which is having more than 15 companies engaged in very, very diversified business as automobiles, construction, building material, IT, industrial products, etc. Founder member and past treasurer of the Indian Community Benevolent Fund Qatar. Founder chairperson, again I must tell, of the first overseas chapter of ICAI. Grateful to you, Thakkar sir. At the age of 78, you have chosen to join us in this panel discussion. And the first question to you, sir, is, sir, you hold the post-qualification experience of 45 years, of which 41 years have been at the leadership position in Qatar and India. You were a CUSIT employee at a very, very young age. If I remember correctly, at the age of 35, you played a pivotal role in your organization, not only in finance, but also in setting up the several functions and business unit and help them grow. How being a chartered accountant helped you executing this function, sir? Thakkar sir.
Thanks, Nirlat, for your introduction. From 1973, the oil economies of Gulf started to undergo rapid and transformational changes unlike any other that we have ever witnessed in the history of the world. Our group, headed by visionary chairman, had set for the group the vision to serve in Qatar's nation-building efforts. This was to be achieved by being a market leader in the business segments that we choose. So on one hand, we had this lofty vision to be a leading organization. On the other hand, there were many stark realities and challenges to meet. These were the times when accounts were rudimentary, handwritten, stock cards were physical in piles of cabinets, and with more than, say, like 30,000 items, you can imagine the nightmare to get even basic measurement information in time. Moreover, many organizations in the 70s had only one entity in the commercial registration, although they had many divisions and at times only one general manager who will manage all divisions. So the lack of defined functions, structure, processes, and inadequate management information to support decision making for each business unit was a real challenge. This indicated that there was a both structural and process problem. This was resolved early on, taking cue from Peter Drucker, the father of professional management, by creating fully decentralized business and customer-centric structure with independent accounts, finance, operations, and managerial functions at business level. And then they were spun off as separate companies supported by ERP platform to facilitate the performance evaluation and strategic management. However, the real challenge was to become the market leader in chosen segments and sustain that position. In this period of explosive growth, there were innumerable business proposals for expanding existing business and getting into new business, taking various forms: agency business, strategic tie-up, joint venture acquisition, all that. This was therefore the most exciting time, but at the same time, most critical one, because the decisions made and the business undertaken in this phase was going to have a lasting impact on the group's future trajectory. So this was the situation in 1980s. Fortunately, through my professional readings, I had come across 5 forces analysis model invented by Michael Porter in 1979, just 5 years ago. So I found this to be the single most valuable resource to help take decision regarding which business to go in and not. But these were different times and different challenges and solutions suitable to those times. In current environment, the most of efficient business organizations today have their operations standardized, automated, digitized on best practices, and therefore the management emphasis has shifted from operations management to strategic management. The businesses are going global and face many new challenges on various fronts. So the form and severity of challenges facing any organization will always keep on changing. But these challenges are the fertile training grounds for young chartered accountants in your group to equip themselves to adapt and respond effectively. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm sure that this kind of the treasure of knowledge, what you have shared from your experience, is deeply going to helpful to learn young chartered accountant. I am surely going to read about this model, what you say about Michael Porter, and the way you have linked it with the overall growth of the national economy. So, in my view, what is commendable is that the way you linked your own job profile and portfolio with the national economy. So that's amazing. And you have been a voracious
vision by the very visionary, person, Abdur Rahman Manai was the chairman of the group here.
Right. And you have been a voracious reader. As they say that a leader has to be a great reader first. Friends, our second pearl, I would say, is C.A. Rajeshwar Sundaresan. C.A. Rajeshwar holds a BA degree and is a fellow chartered accountant, past chairman of the Doha chapter of ICAI, and, as I said, eminent panelist, moderator, expert orator. He is associated with the chapter for over 2 decades, and the chapter bestowed the prestigious C.A. Dilip Thakkar Professional Achiever Award 2017. In the IIA Qatar chapter, he is one of the founder member and a board member, contact person, chief advisor, past president. Very recently, is appointed to the IIA board's Global Advocacy Advisory Council, an extremely coveted position for 2021 and 23. During this time, 2016 and 19, he was part of the committee for research and review of 5 research publications. He is in the internal audit profession's thought leadership and represents Qatar chapter in IIA Global Council since 2000. I would say an avid traveler as well, but he has conducted many seminars in Qatar, UAE, South Africa, UK, Japan, USA, etc. A passionate Toastmaster, he was a district director of Qatar during 2018 and 9 and led the district at the world's #1 district out of 140 countries. Wow, that's something inspiring. And he has had many leadership positions as well. He is a group internal auditor of Taisir Group of Companies and carry internal auditor experience of 30 years. And he provides business advisory and consulting service to the top management, with his core expertise in process re-engineering, business reorganization, fraud deterrent system, strategic business planning, due diligence, business valuation, etc. As a guest faculty, Rajeshwar supported Qatar University, College of North Atlantic, IGNU, Mahatma Gandhi University, and many other schools. Chief prosecuting witness and presented many cases in senior criminal court for financial crimes in the state of Qatar. What a rich and diversified profile, sir. Sir, my question to you is, you developed an extremely successful career into internal audit field for more than 30 years. My question to you is, how to choose domain? How one can know whether is suitable for finance, tax, accounts or audit? So this is the question we are often asked. If you can please share your views.
Thank you, Nirla. That was an elaborate introduction. I had to doubt whether it's about me, because it was so. You can hear me? You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It was so long. And also you mentioned I'm 30 years. That means, luckily you didn't say my age. So, okay. You asked me how do we choose which of the domain we should take, like finance, account, taxation. So I'll answer this in 2 parts. One is that how did I make a choice and stayed on also for 30 years. Second is the factors that help others to make a choice. It may not be universally applicable, to some extent it is relatable. Okay, so I will put it in that two perspective. First thing, when I was doing CA, that is 1983, we had three parts for final exam. The part 3 was, we can choose. I chose part 3, which consists of management information system, operational audit, and tax planning. This was supposed to be a very difficult group to pass. But to my surprise, I scored more marks in that group than others. So I knew that audit is something probably I was interested in, and I can probably develop that interest. And the day I passed my exam, I got a job with a consultant in Mumbai. I was on a holiday in Mumbai. I got a job with a consultant. And the first assignment, he sent me to Garware Paints, if I remember right, for an internal audit. So both got linked so well that I finished that assignment, but of course, I found a better job with MRF Tires as a plant internal auditor at the age probably of 25 for two factories of MRF Tires in Chennai and Arkonam, which is closer to Chennai in India. So what I like the most in the initial stages is the respect you get and the care people give and the access to the people and resources, including the top management. That gave me a lot of hope that this is one area where you get noticed, you get interacted, you can develop. So this is how I got into that. And now the second part of the question is, why did I stay on? I'll give 3 examples. We have, when one important thing is internal audit. I'm not going to sort of advocate because I am part of the committee, but it is the most difficult job to do well. I can make that candid statement. It's most difficult job to do well because there are a lot of expectations from people, many stakeholders. The expectation could differ with time. Expectation could differ with the organization. So you have to raise up to the expectation or they don't find the value in you as internal auditor or in the function of internal audit. So why I stayed back, I tell you, the healthy skepticism. We get a chance of relating. That means questioning mind and critical assessment of things. That make you young. That make you read more and add more knowledge to you. Second thing is critical thinking. Critical thinking is not going to the routine, but outside of the box, coming out and thinking without judgment or bias to the things. That is a critical thing. Third is the importance of having business acumen. Because as practitioners, we need to know not only the numbers and how the numbers matters to the business. So when you are an advisor, you tend to give that feedback or give that insight to people. Fourth important thing is communication skill. You not only know things, you not only analyze and find some good audit finding, you should communicate persuasively and as needed to concept selling. So I consciously got into communication for almost 20 years and never stopped it because it continued to be communicating well. The last one, this executive presence. This is an important segment. Executive presence means a person's ability to inspire confidence in others, like by saying what you want to say. Now I will tell you 2 or 3 factors which can help you to take a decision. One, love the profession. It's important that you love the profession, whether it's internal audit, whether it is finance, whether it is taxation, whether it is audit, pure audit. You have to you have to make the choice based on the deep passion for the job, so that you never feel whatever you do now. You will never feel tired of doing it. You feel enriched by doing it. You can spend hours, after the office hours also thinking about it. That make you more competent. That make you to contribute much more. Second is get the basics right. First is love the profession. Second, get the basic right. Meaning, if you want to specialize in something, go deeper than what the knowledge you have. Try to get more accreditation. Because what matters is your credibility. Apart from competence, your credibility. If you are only like chartered accountant, if you are working in a multinational place, they also want to make sure that you have the best credential in the world. So you have to go little ahead and get your credentials better by more certification, more credentials. that also give you in a multinational setup the confidence on the people, because we want others to be trustworthy. How can others trust you if you don't prove that you're competent, you're not less than anyone else? Third thing is always, change for improvement. You have to continuously change for improvement by consciously working on yourself, investing on yourself, and trying to make yourself a better person. The last, but it's not about have fun in whatever you do. So if you meet these 4 criteria, love the profession, get the basic right by credibility and certification. Third, change, continuously improve for change. Fourth, have fun in doing. If you can make, as a young age, you can continuously change. You can first be internal audit, you can become tax practitioner or anything. But make sure finally, today, know more and more about less and less is a success criteria. Thank you, Nirla.
Wow, what a profound thought sharing, sir. Know more and more about less and less things. And also you, in your earlier presentation, I remember, and you shared about 3 C's: competence, character, and that I think commitment. So credibility. Yeah. Okay. So commitment I added. So there are 4 basically, which are there, which is amazing, sir. Now next question to you is, because we have a 2 question now, but I request you to be little quicker, sir. For someone like you who is an advisor level to the board, what are the leadership traits, sir, according to you, one need for being at such a senior level?
Thank you. I will make it quite short. One is, you just don't provide advice as insight. Your advice as insight and focus. But what we need is focus on foresight. But what generally, I can't say for everyone, generally what people think is we talk about hindsight, referring to the past figures, but we don't do a futuristic modeling of foresight. But that is more important. So we have to be constantly looking at what foresight you can give to the management. Second is, you have to be an advisor, trusted advisor. That means ethically you have to be strong. And second is, you should be result focused. What management wants, give to them, focus on the result, and you have to be intellectually curious. That means you have to be, constantly upgrading yourself to get the trust and respect of the top management who relies on your words to take some hard decision which could change the company's prospects. Yes,
very important. Very importantly, sir, you said that, ability to take bold decision, to suggest something, to advise something without being by any kind of fear or favor. I think these are the leadership traits one may acquire as he or she goes up into the leadership scale. Thank you very much, sir. So now we will move to very, very eminent professional, CA Gopal Balasubramaniam, a resident of Doha for the last 27 years, and is a chartered accountant, of course, and a senior partner with KPMG Qatar. He used to head the audit. He heads the audit division and was heading the oil and gas practice also for the KPMG in the Middle East, covering 15 countries of Middle East and South Asia for last 10 years until recently. He joined KPMG Qatar as their 8th employee in 1994 and is proud to be an integral part of the successful journey in the country in the last 2.5 decades, and the firm currently boasts of 350 employees, including 10 partners. CA Gopal Balasubramaniam and his Qatar Auditors Registry number 251 is a common feature in the local dailies in Qatar for the last 12 years. CA Gopal is one of the active Indian community members, and he had been the chairperson of Doha chapter of ICAI in 2001-2002. Amongst this panel, after Dilip Thakkar sir being a founder chairman, he is the senior most. And after being in the ExCom for the 3 years. He has been treasurer of ICC Doha, IBPC Doha, and he was the recipient of Dilip Thakkar CA Professional Achievers Award in 2016. And he figured in the top 50 prominent Indian achievers in Qatar in the book, The Indian Odyssey in Qatar, released in 2016. passionate about cricket, passionate about music also, and now he has set his own company called Bits and Tunes. Lead singer also in local orchestra. An avid traveler, and he has a team called Desi Army who traveled around the world to cheer India and had been to UK, Australia, New Zealand and various other countries. Very warm welcome, CA Gopal sir. It's an honor to see you again on this forum.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nilay.
Yeah. Sir, the question for you is, since your career began, you have been in Big Four, as we saw in your profile, which has always attracted interest of the CA. Even when I did my CA, even now also. Can you please elaborate on the opportunities available in Big Four, especially in audit, and what are the skill sets required for the same? Yes, sir. Respectfully, screen is all yours. Yes.
So, thank you very much for that flowery introduction. Let me straight away go to the question which you have posed on me. Similar to this session, what we are having now, I had the privilege to address the CA students last month, where I addressed exactly the same question about audit or professional services firm as a career by choice. So what I would like to say is a stint in a Big Four firm in the early years especially helps a great deal for any accounting professional. Now, especially if you're in audit, you get the fundamentals of accounting deeply rooted in you. And the opportunity to work with different audits of variety of sectors, industry sectors, and of different sizes really power the professional with the knowledge of different accounting practices of variety of sectors. And this experience helps any professional in his journey, whether he continues to be in the professional services firm or he decides to move on to industry to serve as a financial controller or a risk professional or an audit professional in any company. This experience in a Big Four firm early in your career really puts fundamentals of your accounting knowledge deeply rooted in you, and that will really help you. But persons like me have got to become part and parcel of a professional services firm. That's this is also possible, which I will just go into details. But any professional services firm, whether it's a Big Four firm or a second tier firm or even a small tier firm, will always have audit, tax, and consulting services. These three features will be available to the firm. Lot of noise.
Sir, Gopal sir, sorry to interrupt, sir. Ranganathan ji, can we please mute everyone except Gopal sir? I am also doing myself mute also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Good. In terms of the skill sets, Nirlep, what I would like to say is, persons who are committed to, say, accuracy, integrity and quality, who have attention to detail, analytical skills and adaptability, problem-solving skills, all these skills will make you a right fit for assurance career. But in the last decade or so, unfortunately, majority of business failures are linked with audit failures. And this has severely impacted the expectation of users of the financial statements from the auditors. And also this has created enormous pressure around audit quality requirements. In layman terms, audit quality means what? It is following the right procedures consistently as required by the rules and the literature, and most importantly, challenging the clients sufficiently around the accounting policies, practices, judgments and estimates, followed by the company's management. Having a right level of professional skepticism is what is the order of the day. So I mean a healthy and a constructive challenge within the four walls for the client in terms of literature requirements and the available facts is what is required to be a successful assurance professional. Of course, it is at most critical to maintain objectivity and independence as an assurance professional because majority of the regulations in the last few years and also the upcoming regulations are focusing on these requirements again and again. Also, the audit quality means consultation on any unusual and unprecedented and challenging situations and providing the best amicable solutions to the companies without compromising on the professional grounds. So this is again an important characteristic for being a successful assurance professional. In recent Forbes survey where auditors, accountants and other respondents commented that the future of the audit and assurance profession will evolve around technology, regulatory environment, global economy and risk management. And these are some of the key drivers and themes around which the profession evolves around nowadays or in the next immediate future. So I keep saying in different various forums, your signature is your power as your auditors. So it's been a great satisfaction for me, as you said, 251 auditors registry. Now seeing my number in the last 14 years, signing off on multi-billion-dollar balance sheets gives you a lot of pride. It's called the pride of public trust. I used to call it. So this is something which you get as an assurance professional. And finally, believing in the concept of client for life. Setting up yourself as a client trusted advisor and not just as an auditor. This has also given me immense satisfaction all these years. And this comes in with client relationship at the right level and being genuine always, with a clear and open, transparent communication. With that, you earn that respect and you get that relationship going and relying on solution-oriented approach than fault-finding approach. So these are some of the attributes. If you have that, you can be a real successful professional in a Big Four firm or even any mid-sized professional services firm. Over to you, Nilab.
I think you have elaborated and analyzed, I would say the past, present, and future of audit in a very, very power-packed manner. If I draw some of the points of what C.A. Rajeshwar said and you said, one common point is there, love for the profession. So yep. Mr. Rajeshwar said about love for the profession, and you also spoke that when we see, there is probably not a single week when we don't find, sir, your name in the local dailies, especially during the season time, signing the multi-billion real or multi-billion dollar balance sheet. And then we see that is signed by A. Gopal Balasubramaniam, an Indian chartered accountant, of which you have been immensely proud of. So that shows the love of profession. And, it's I think in my own view, it's the love of profession which will probably keep you ever youthful. And that we can see in all of the esteemed panelists, and who can be the shining example more than C.A. Dilip Thakkar sir. And of course, you and Rajeshwar sir also. So very, very greatly, and I would say passionately said, sir. Thank you very much. We have another question also for you, sir.
Sure.
Yeah. Very important. Sir, you have provided, by way of articles, by way of interviews, in a forum like this, insight into the economic landscape of Qatar on a very, very prestigious forums. Can you please share your views on the vibrant economy of Qatar and opportunities for the finance professional, especially those who wish to set up the practice in Qatar? Please.
Good. Yeah, sure. See, it's been one amazing journey of this small country for the last, I would say, 3 decades, close to 3 decades I've been here, from almost ground zero to skyscrapers in every corner of its land, by monetizing its natural resources well. The world's biggest gas exporter status has really helped Qatar to become the world's richest country in terms of GDP per capita and the tag of one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Now, yes, it's one of the vibrant economies in the world with a rich background of history and culture, and is also considered as one of the leading business centers in the region. World Bank has noted in its report that Qatar economy is expected to rise 3.4% by 2021, driven by its higher service service sector growth. In the recently concluded last week, we had the Qatar Economic Forum where the state head, his Highness Emir, talked proudly about Qatar, and also a lot of leaders from Qatar and also from different parts of the world. They dwelled into what are the serious issues which are challenging issues for the global economy, and how they can relate it to Qatar's scenario and how Qatar is able to tick the boxes in various fields and stand tall. So there are a lot of things which the leadership has done well, which has really put Qatar on world map. In terms of the opportunities, yes, as we see, Qatar is one of the fastest growing economies where, different sectors, there's multiple opportunities. Apart from the hydrocarbons, there's been a lot of investment which is happening on healthcare, education, sporting activities, keeping, in fact, one of the recent interviews, the Minister of Commerce and Industry said, Qatar wants to become a regional hub for trade and investment hub, in fact, heavily investing on the logistics services, so these are various sectors where Qatar is really focusing on its growth. And, today, is one of the, I would say, landmark days in the history of Doha chapter of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, where ICAI has signed a MOU with Qatar Financial Center, where we are already having a setup. So this is going to open new opportunities for Indian professionals, finance professionals. They can set up, professional services from not necessarily in audit, because audit you have certain restrictions. Because even if you have professional services outfit in QFC, you need to have an auditor's registry license from Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Without that, you will not be able to practice audit. But that is not, which is no, this is still possible. And in fact, we have had detailed discussions with Ministry of Commerce and Industry officials that they are willing to open up, or in fact, they have given some auditor's registry license for people who have set up professional services unit in QFC. So this is possible, and you can definitely set up professional services for audit, for tax services, for whole of consulting services, which a lot of companies, a lot of professional services firms in India are delivering. They can do that in Qatar Financial Center, and there'll be more opportunities after this MOU, which is what I feel. There are other free trade zones as well in Qatar, as you may be aware of. Qatar Science Technology Park is there. Qatar Free Zone Authority, this is another game changer. They're going to offer a lot of opportunities for making in Qatar initiatives. So more and more companies are going to come in. And in fact, Ministry of Commerce from last year, has started issuing licenses really fast for 100% owned by entities owned 100% by foreigners in selected sectors. But the whole approval process is really swift. Within 2 days, you get a license from the single window in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So these are some of the landmark measures which the state has been taking, and these are going to only give more and more opportunities for Indian professionals, especially financial professionals, to start working in Qatar. I think that's about it for your question, and I'll be more than happy to answer anyone. If anyone wants to consult with me in terms of how to set up this firm, I'm more than happy to help them out. It's not like I'm opening a competition for KPMG, not at all. After all, it's Indian blood and Indian vein. I would love to see more and more Indian professionals taking advantage of opportunities in this country. This is one large cake, and everybody should have a share of it. And without collaboration and coexistence, it's very difficult to say that we can succeed. And I think that's about it for this question, Nilam.
Yes. Thank you very much, Gopal sir. And when you spoke about the collaboration and coexistence, it's not about being an interdependent on each other. It also reminds me what ICAI President Sir today said in his speech to us, that when we collaborated with or made a tie-up with Qatar Financial Center Authority, he also spoke the same words on which you spoke, that we can't do without collaborating with each other, especially when the dynamics are changing very fast, especially when the future is volatile. And what to say about Qatar? It's probably feeding all of us, to me, since 12 years or so. But it's an amazing country, thanks to the visionary leadership, and aspires to be the sports hub of the region, already a logistic hub also, small in size, but very, very wide in ambition and the efforts as well. So that's what Qatar is all about. And Qatar National Vision 2030, what a profound vision, which aspires that Qatar should be a knowledge-based economy. So that's what it's all about, Qatar. Probably all about GCC also. Thank you very much, sir. And friends, as you have known from CA Gopal's answer and all, he has been a prolific speaker, a great orator, and I would say that employer of many chartered accountants. So that's the one thing which is common for all the pearls, I would say. All these 6 pearls have been mentor of many Indian chartered accountants, not only mentor, but employers as well. So with this, let's move to CA Ravi Shankar sir. Before that, Ranganathan ji, sir, are you Are you able to listen us?
Oh yes,
See,
absolutely yes. I'm following you, each one of yeah.
And I hope you are enjoying as much as we do.
Yeah, surely yes, I am. Yeah, tell me, sir.
Yeah. Sir, just a small thing. See, what we thought is to have the question at the regular interval. So if you have any question, at the end of first round, you can share the question to me and then I'll pass to the appropriate person. I think
Yes,
that's
I'll do
fine,
that.
right?
Yes, I'll do that. You can continue, sir. I'll do that. I'll do that. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
We'll have the pleasure of having CA Ravi Shankar. So his very rich introduction is, from a contributor to the capable leader, CA Ravi Shankar's career embraces over 30 years of experience. In addition to being a chartered accountant, Ravi is also a certified management accountant and has worked in India and Middle East with prestigious organizations including Rasgas Company Limited and McDermott International. Currently works, as I said, Finance Director of Qatar Rail, past Chairman of the Doha Chapter of ICAI, awarded the prestigious CA Professional Achiever Award for the 2019 by the chapter, and he has taken a leadership role at work and in various associations. His favorite quote is, "Leaders don't do different things, but do things differently." Ravi is passionate about coaching and mentoring and developing people. He feels truly privileged to have the unique distinction of mentoring several Qatari nationals who are now serving in top position across various organizations. This is immensely gratifying for him, and he considers it as his way of giving back to the Qatar. He strongly believes in giving back to society also and thereby making a difference. Former president of a socio-cultural organization living in a called Bharti, and he has also worked closely with the Indian Embassy in Qatar and its various apex body. Nominated by Indian Ambassador to be part of the Doha Indian School Assistance Committee, nominated by the Ambassador as the Head of Finance and Secretary of Golf of the Indian Sports Center, and also has been an honorary past auditor of the Indian Community Benevolent Fund, a very, very noble organization, and Indian Cultural Center as well. Very diversified and interesting interest, sports and quiz enthusiast, represented school in prestigious Bonvita quiz contest. He has designed and hosted several quiz shows. Keen golfer, music lover, and wildlife buff. Loves to travel, dress well also. C.A. Ravi Shankar, the question for you, sir, is, sir, as we have seen, you have worked with some of the most reputed government organizations in Qatar and achieved a great career progression. If you can please enlighten how to achieve an excellence in the career. Over to you, sir. Screen is all yours.
Thank you, C.A. Nirlap, for the wonderful introduction. A very good evening to everyone. How are we for time, Nirlap? Because I think I probably can get a couple of minutes extra because I didn't think my past speakers used up the entire quota of time, I suppose, right?
Yeah, we are all right. You can take a couple of minutes. No problem.
Okay, fine. So it's an absolute pleasure to be part of this panel and interacting with you all. Talking to professionals who are in the initial stages of their corporate career is something that really energizes me, and I really look forward to this session. Before we delve into how of achieving excellence, let's set the stage and explore what is excellence. It is not a skill, according to me, it's an attitude or a mindset. To put it in Hindi, you'd say, ye ek hunar nahi hai, ek mansikta hai. It is cultivated over a period of time through hard work and smart work. It is an outcome of passion and performance. Something you always strive for. It's a journey and not a destination. So now that we know what we are talking about in terms of excellence, let's tackle the how, the path that we need to traverse, and the things that we need to do to achieve excellence in one's career. I'm very happy to share some tips that I have practiced over the years, which have worked for me and I think should work for all the youngsters who are watching us today or with us, who are connected with us today. The first thing I would say is to have the right career path. In your career path, do you have the right track? That is, are you in the right industry or the track which best suits your personality and your skill sets? For example, if your skills are suited to a career in financial analysis and planning, then probably a compliance sort of a role may not energize you. How do you figure out this right track? And I think CA Rajeshwar alluded to that. There is a self-assessment that you need to do, a quick SWOT sort of an analysis where you assess your strengths and weaknesses. And if you do not know what you want to do, then at least you must know what you don't want to do. So you work from a process of elimination. So once you have that track with you, then you build your skills and competencies and capabilities around that so that you can excel. It's always good to listen to your gut feeling and probably answer a question that given 5 or 10 years from now, what do you want to do, or what role or industry do you want to be in? Depending on the answer, you can act accordingly. So that's the first thing. Then second, and the most important thing, is to be passionate. Passionate in whatever you do. When you love doing something, then it doesn't become a work anymore. You derive pleasure from it. It motivates and drives you for achieving excellence. So let's be passionate in whatever we do. If passion becomes your purpose, then it one day will become your profession. The third one is professional development. Learn what matters. You're all qualified CAs, so formal professional qualifications already under your belt. However, should it stop there? Definitely not. Acquiring knowledge and learning new skills is an investment on yourself. You need to keep constantly evolve to keep yourself relevant in this ever-changing landscape. If you're suppose working in banking, you could opt for a CFA certification. If you work in corporate finance, for example, why not take a course in financial modeling? Something which sets you apart, something which helps you open up to new ideas and possibilities, and that definitely gives you an edge in terms of career growth. It refines your thinking process. Number 4, always think of adding value, and that is the key in any organization. Value enhancing strategy. Embrace a strategic mindset. Strive not for a success, but rather than to add value. You'll always be wanted and will be a hot ticket item in any organization if the management, your peers, feel that you're adding value. And that's the most important thing. Number 5 is to find a mentor. And this is where I think we should really do this and take this seriously, because an amazing way to gather knowledge for career growth is to find a right mentor. A person who was similar like you and has risen to ranks where you one day want to be. Like Isaac Newton would said, if I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulder of giants. So you need to have some good mentors who can open things up for you. It's a lifeline in your career. Find someone you respect and admire and ask him to mentor you. Yeah. So they will give you an important advice and help you figure out how you best progress with your career. For example, if you're in financial analysis and planning, you could probably look to your head of FP&A as your mentor. If you're in banking, probably a senior VP of your division. Someone who has done it and been there before. 6th would be to analyze and solve. As financial professionals, we are in a very quant-heavy career choice. Our ability to analyze large sets of data, structured and unstructured, is tremendously important. Data skills are integral across all levels of finance professionals, especially in this time and age of disruptive technology. So you need to be able to analyze complex structured and unstructured data and solve critical problems. This analytical problem-solving skill will help you climb the corporate ladder far faster. the ability to demonstrate logical thinking in order to gather and analyze a variety of information is an absolute must in the finance field. The next one I will talk about is build your resume. A lot of people think a resume is a record. It's not. It's a marketing document. Make it a habit to update your resume every time you make a milestone in your career. You do something different, keep a track of that. You change course in your career, keep a track of that. Write about it. Keep your CV updated. And do not be shy to present it for consideration when a vacancy comes up within or outside the organization. So it highlights what you've done and what you want to do. The next skill, according to me, is networking. Your network, they say, is your net worth. Ask anyone who's made it in their career and they'll tell you that networking has played a key role in their achievements. It's got to be something like a part-time job. Knowing more people expands your knowledge about what's going on in the industry. It enables you to identify points of growth. Keep in touch with your past colleagues. Attend company seminars, attend meetings, reach out to people. In this time and age, for example, it's so easy for any professional to talk to others and have a conversation. For example, if you're not, for young professionals, if you're not active on LinkedIn, you're missing out on big time. Update your LinkedIn profile. Start connecting with finance professionals whose career trajectory you would like to emulate. Number 9 is actively seeking feedback. Ken Blanchard, who's a motivational speaker, all of you must have heard about his book called The 1 Minute Manager. He always used to say, the feedback is the breakfast of champions. It is such a crucial ingredient for personal development. Genuine feedback can bring to light things that you don't know about. It will highlight areas where you need improvement. You can work on them. So feedback, active feedback is absolutely necessary. Another thing, number 10, would be, if possible, move out of finance for a little bit. See the world from the other side of finance. Successful professionals, finance professionals, have a broad range of experience and skills. And some cross-functional exposure. Get some cross-functional exposure and leverage it for your growth. Don't be afraid of stepping out of your comfort zone. Don't think it'll push you back in your career. It'll actually propel you forward. I can relate to this very well. During mid-career, I moved into strategic planning. In RASCAS, we set up the corporate planning department, did the first key performance indicator scorecards, the balance scorecards. I did LNG benchmarking. It opened my eyes to a whole new world, helped me tremendously. Then the last but not the least is basically to amp up your soft skills. These are the skills that we have little respect for. We tend to forget them, but they make or break your career. They are key in achieving excellence. Soft skills. You may be a brilliant student. You could have done very well in your CA exams. You are now a qualified professional entering or recently entered the corporate world. But do you have the skills to differentiate you from others? Skills in your arsenal that sets you apart. Some of the most important professional skills cannot be taught in a classroom. These are not measured but proved. They help build relationships, gain reputation, and create opportunities for you. And once, let's say you are excellent in crunching numbers. You've done a wonderful presentation, prepared a wonderful presentation. But if you lack the communication skills to deliver an impactful story, then are you going to be remembered? Most likely not. When you're confident in your delivery, you engage with the audience, you will be looked upon to solve things for the company. That's how doors of opportunities open up. Your soft skills are paramount in climbing the corporate ladder of success. Communication. If you can clearly articulate the who, the what, the where, the why and how of any project, you would be in demand. Believe it, you will be in demand. Teamwork, obviously, another soft skill, absolutely important. Put up your hand and say, can I do this? Can I help you with this? Don't be afraid. You'll only grow. Flexibility and adaptability. Take on challenges. This requires keeping an open mind. Welcome new ideas and alternatives. As Albert Einstein says or said, the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Flexibility and adaptability. Key soft skill. Problem solving. Something where you think on your feet. Be nimble. It helps the organization sail through unexpected problems. Always be solution oriented. Do not add to the problem. Critical thinking. Now again, this stems from keeping your curiosity alive. It is so important that you need to be curious in what you do. This leads to creativity. It brings new ideas in the workplace. If you practice, so basically I've sort of elaborated on about 11 points. A quick recap. Right track to choose. Be passionate in what you do. Need for continuous professional development. Always think about value addition. Find a mentor. Analyze and solve. Build your resume. Network. Seek active feedback. Move out of finance if possible for some time. And amp up your soft skills. So if you practice and persevere with these tips I've shared, I'm sure you will navigate your career path effectively and definitely achieve excellence. Thank you, Nirla.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your thoughts. I would just as a summary kind of thing, I made it something, but then you have already shared it, and in the interest of time, I'll just skip it. But I like the quote of Isaac Newton, and what I found is that passion is of paramount importance, and that's Absolutely. What I think all the panelists, not only that you spoke about it, sir, but all the panelists, I would say, are living example of how a passion can add the value to your career. So that's a great thing, sir. And also, Rajeshwar, sir, you also spoke about critical thinking, analytical skill. Where you want to see yourself after 10 years, extremely important at any juncture of the career, I would say. Sir, the next question is, and I would request you to be very, very brief because it's on mentorship, which is already covered also, sir, somewhere into the second round. But you carry the honor to mentor few Qatari nationals and professionals. If you can please share your very quick experience on the same.
Yeah, thank you. Nirla, yes, I'll be very brief on this. I know people in the panelists know, but for the people who are listening and connecting with us, I just want to say that Qatar has a very robust national development program for its nationals. It's part of the Qatar national vision. It continues to invest in its people and then get them higher skills and introduce them into the labor force. Over the years, I've had the honor and privilege of mentoring several young Qatari nationals and see them develop and grow into valuable assets within their organizations and help achieve the Qatar national vision. Mentoring is a passion with me. It energizes me. I've always tried to play the part of helping a young professional unlocking his potential, see the future, and navigate a course to his destination. I've been part of teams that go and recruit young finance graduates from Qatar University. We then put them into a career path with a target position to be achieved in 2 or 3 years. Over the 2 or 3 years, you become their mentors and help guide and shape their careers. I'm really proud that some of my mentees have gone on to become CFOs and are senior finance professionals in major companies in Qatar. This is my way of giving back to Qatar for being an impeccable host country for me and my family for the last 25 years. It's a great opportunity to deliver a rewarding and potentially life-changing experience for both the mentor and the mentee. Whether you are a mentor or the mentee, it's definitely a win-win for your career. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And it's an honor to see someone, an Indian chartered accountant, mentoring someone who is not Indian, who are Qatari, or you worked also within some of the MNC organizations. So friends, with a very, very intriguing discussion which is taking place currently, let's move to the another pearl of the CF fraternity, another gem of the CF fraternity, I would say, of Qatar. I take pleasure in introducing him. CA Hatim Hussain, having over 22 years of experience in various domains, in various sectors such as retail, FMCG, real estate, investment, currently holding position of CFO and board member of Abu Issa Holding. And look at the area he is into. Key areas of expertise are merger and acquisition, risk mitigation, investment advisory, corporate transformation, succession planning, raising debt, and valuation. He was part of the advisory team to the Supreme Committee of Crisis Management on what all measures should be initiated by government to ease the burden of the business and individual. So he has been advisor not only to his board but also to the government. Wow, the report was well acknowledged. Successfully completed the prestigious and intensive executive MBA from Harvard Business School, Boston, USA. Active member of HBS alumni. He was awarded with back-to-back 2 esteemed and revered awards. First one is the Dilip Chakkar Professional Achiever Award in October 2018. The award was established to recognize the Indian Chartered Accountant for his exceptional contribution in accounting and financial profession. And second one was the Best CFO Award at the first International Leaders Award in November 2018, held by the very same committee which is organizing this program, Committee of Members in Industry and Business. He also represents as a member of Advisory Council of Indian Chartered Accountant of Doha chapter, and his success mantra is, leave your workplace a little better than you found it yesterday. Wow, C. Hatim, what an illustrious career. Leave your workplace little better than you found it yesterday. Hatim sir, the question for you is, sir, let's go directly to the upskilling. We have heard about leadership, but very important upskilling, and it's a buzzword, it's a requirement. You've done your MBA from the Harvard. When you did it, you're already a very, very successful chartered accountant. Then what prompted you to pursue this global education, and how has it been helpful to you in your work profile? Very respectfully, screen is all yours, sir.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Thanks, Nalip, for this great introduction. Can everybody hear me well? Can you hear me well?
Quite well. Yes.
Great. So let me start with saying this phrase, actually, that everything diminishes except the power of knowledge. And I believe it is very true under relevant times. Well, colleagues, let me give you a brief background so that you can conceptualize the answer of upskilling and how it went through to the Harvard Business School. In 2006, I left my second job in UAE, and I had an opportunity at that point of time to join a Qatari government company or join a family-owned business. With Qatar government company, I had a handsome salary package, but I decided to join a family business with less benefits and less package. And what prompted me to take this opportunity was that during the interview, my boss said one thing, just that with this government company, you will be part of a process, and with me, you will build and sustain processes. So that was the risk I took, and I started joining this family business. And we had, when at that point of time, only 400 employees with 5 legal entities and operations only in Qatar. With hard work, discipline, and dedication, I decided to pursue my future with this organization. And after a few years of services, I decided that the management decided that this is the right person with whom we can bank upon and grow our organization to the next level. Soon after, we started excelling, and in few years' time, we managed to form 125 legal entities in 12 countries and with 5,000 employees all over. Now, the question comes, why upskilling? Well, friends, when we started expansion, I needed to understand and I needed to have an advanced and superior level of information, knowledge, and expertise. Working with developed and developing countries, it required me to have better negotiation skills, better mentoring power, right mindset, confidence in the entrepreneurship part, and many other things. Howard Business School was one of the best business school at that point of time, which would have given me all these qualities. Plus, it gave me an understanding of beliefs of businesses. It gave me an understanding of the cultures. It gave me an understanding of values, and also it gave me confidence to understand each and every element of the industry, society, and workplace. Howard Business School, actually, I was selected into this because of my credentials, achievements, loyalty, trust, hard work, and credibility at workplace. We must credit our institute for giving us the platform and understanding to develop and enhance our skills in corporate world. These skills actually gave me strength to grasp and comprehend to the speed at which the information was imparted at Howard Business School. You know, when you are at Howard Business School, the intensity of the program is so intense that it is like you are drinking water from a fire hydrant with 3 valves. So much of information would not have been grasped if we did not have the right understanding of the basic principles of and the foundations of accounting and financial practices. HBS gave me the understanding of how professional leaders are developed and what makes them extraordinary from others. At the end of the course, I was transformed into a leader to take up challenge in life with full confidence and strength. To conclude, I'll say that ICAI gave me technical skills, practical knowledge, and most importantly, ethical values. But with upskill learning at Howard Business School, it gave me courage, confidence to overcome the hurdles of economy, industry, statutes, and culture. Over to you, CNL.
Thank you very much, Hatim sir, for these inspiring words, and you have given insight into the upskilling. And I think knowing you, sir, since many years, it's not that you upskilled yourselves only in the achieving the academic qualification, but having joined your esteemed organization at a modest position, some 15 years, 20 years, 15 years back, if I would say, and from there,
yes,
you achieved the pinnacle of career. C-suite employee, which anyone may aspire. So from somebody like chief accountant, senior accountant, you are now CFO and a board member. What an illustrious career progression, I would say. So the upskilling is friends. It's for the young friends. It's in 2 respects: achieving the global qualification and as well as achieving domain expertise also, expanding his knowledge into several business sectors as well as domain. Great, sir. Now, sir, another question for you is that, as I mentioned, that you have also been awarded the best CFO by the same committee in November 2018. If you can briefly share your success story, which has earned you achieve this award. You already mentioned some of the points, but I'm sure there are still many.
Yes. Thanks, Nalip. Let me start by quoting this quote actually. The fear of failure is stronger than the pleasure of gain. Let me thank ICAI and its Committee for Members in Industry and Business to honor me with the Best CFO Award. I, as an ambassador of ICAI, will always keep the spirit of this award high. I would like to thank CA Rajagopal Krishna, very close friend of mine, who encouraged me to file nomination for this award. My success mantra, as you have already said, that leave your workplace a little better than you found it yesterday. I have applied this mantra and I have witnessed success throughout my career. Coming from a small proprietary background, I had a passion to work for large corporate organizations. I started my career as a salesman in a retail store, and slowly and gradually I climbed the ladder towards my desire. I qualified in year 2001 and reached the senior level position in 6 years. Today, with the mentorship of teachers, professors, friends, families, bosses, and colleagues, I am leading the strategy of a well-diversified international group and sitting on the board of several ventures across the globe. Every role or responsibility I have taken, be it personal, social, professional, I have carried out with taking full ownership and accountability. I have prudently, under trust, have handled the task assigned, and I take the sole ownership of this task and all the risk, rewards, failure, and consequence of that on my shoulder. Let me tell you some of the leadership skills which I possess and which helped me to bag this award. I play a participative leader's role most of the time. I take up any task which is either big or small with the spirit of learning and value creation. I try to be a good listener and a good observer. The best leadership style which gives me strength is that I don't get nervous on unpleasant situations, but rather I handle problems with a positive attitude and a simple smile on my face. 99% of the time, I resolve the issues peacefully and successfully. Other points which I want to share with our colleagues is that when you are at a managerial position, recognize the efforts of your team. Give your team the due credit they deserve in front of the management. Protect and defend your team at all points in time. Your effort will automatically be rewarded. With the demonstration of above leadership qualities, delivering my vision, I believe I have received the best CA award. Let me give you a little bit of leadership imperatives as a takeaway from my experience. Always go an extra mile to do more than what you are expected to do. Be a good listener and an observer. Engage with people at all levels. Amuse them with fun, kind thoughts and gesture. Leave every single person who interacts or intersects your path a little better and happier so that they have a sweet memory of meeting you back again. I remember the words just spoken by Mr. Ravi also that your network is your net worth. You can progress at an accelerated pace if your career is built around the right network. Raise your standard above anyone around you, and so that you can inspire them. Overcoming the knowing-doing gap. This is the most important part where most of the leaders, they fail actually. They know what to do, they know how to do, but they don't do it for some reason or the other. So knowing-doing gap, closing this gap is very important when you are at a leadership position. To conclude, I'll just say this beautiful quote from Brihadaranyaka Upanishads. It is one of the holy scriptures, I believe. And it says that this was a message which was given to us on the first day at Harvard Business School. That you are what your deepest desire is. As your desire is, so is your intention. As your intention is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. As your deed is, so is your destiny. Thank you. Over to you, Sil and Nila.
That's a great words of wisdom, pearls of wisdom, I would say, and a great answer also by Pearl of the Doha chapter of ICAI.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sia Hatim. Let's move to the last panelist of the evening, and then we'll have to move to other rounds as well. Sia Rakesh Sanghvi. Sia Rakesh is a chartered accountant and CISA qualification holder from USA with 33 years of rich experience. Before joining in Qatar Islamic Bank in 2013, he was the group head of risk management at Ahli United Bank in Bahrain and also led the corporate finance unit and spent over 10 years in corporate banking in Bahrain and in Ahli Bank Qatar. He has also worked with Ernst & Young in Bahrain and with Cooper & Lebrand in India. Besides holding position in QIB, he is the chairman of Arab Finance House Bank in London and on the board of QIB UK and chairman of a real estate company in Qatar. Closely engaged in digital transformation of Qatar Islamic Bank front end and the back end as well. Sir, thanks for joining us today. The question, and we request you to be very brief, sir, if possible. Being into various areas of banking for over 3 decades, including internal audit, corporate banking, corporate finance, risk management, can you please enlighten on how to develop career into the risk management, especially in the BFSI sector?
Sure, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Nilip, for this introduction. And yes, I'll try to be brief, but risk professionals always tend to be more detail oriented. Anyway, let me do my best. See, before I dive into how to build a career in risk management, I would like to give you some background for the benefit of the audience what a risk management unit does in any organization. See, as we are all aware, any bank or other financial institution, they are exposed to various risks in the normal course of their business. These risks can be classified in three broad categories. First is the credit risk, basically if the client does not pay or will be unable to pay back the loan when it falls due. Second risk area is the operational risk, that is the losses that an institution can incur from inadequate or failed procedures, systems, policies, employee errors, frauds, criminal activity. All these are clubbed under operational risk events. Third one is market risk. That is the risk of loss on financial instruments or assets caused by adverse price movements in the market. So, for example, changes in the equity prices, commodity prices, interest rate movements, foreign exchange fluctuations. In addition to these three major categories, there is a relatively new but extremely important area of information security and cyber risk. These days, we hear a lot about hacking of data from banks and other organizations, ransomware, virus attacks. These all threaten the very existence of the organization. And these risks are covered by the information security teams of risk management. So, as you can see, these risks are very important to be monitored and controlled in any bank or financial institution. Now, each of these risk areas require different specialized skill set. Risk management in the past used to be mainly around credit risk, but now it has grown to cover so many risk areas as I've just mentioned. Now, the thing is, I would say risk management is still a growing area, and the risk management jobs have tremendous growth opportunities. The salary packages which risk professionals get, they improve very fast with experience, because there is still a bit of shortage of good professionals there. And the preferred employers like banks and financial institutions, they usually provide high job security. Okay. Now, coming to your question, how to get your foot in the door, basically to build a career in the risk management. Mostly risk professionals start their careers in other areas like audit, corporate finance, corporate banking, IT, consultancy, etc., to gain a broad understanding of business and the associated risks there. Apart from having an in-depth understanding of finance, a risk manager is required to go through large amounts of data and should have good analytical, problem-solving, communication, mathematical skills. A risk manager should be able to do their job under pressure and always be adaptable to new concerns, changing environment. Now, see, the CA qualification provides an excellent base to build on these skills. Talking about specialized qualifications, there are quite a few courses and certifications that can be undertaken to improve these specific risk management knowledge. Just to give you an example, I'm sure the people would have heard of the qualification of FRM, which is Financial Risk Manager, PRM, the Professional Risk Manager. For operational risk management areas, there are various certifications which are available, like from Institute of Risk Management, IRM in UK, they have an India chapter as well. Then there are some, for information security area, there are some very well established qualifications like CISA, CISM, then certified in risk and information systems controls, CRISC, and these can be taken to start and build a career in information security. To summarize, risk management is a specialized skill area that provides a steady and rewarding career, and the young chartered accountants can look at getting there early by focusing on specific skills set and knowledge development. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I think the lots of thoughts what you shared is not only useful for the young chartered accountant or the CA what you just recently passed, but also those who are into the middle management with 5 or 7 years of career and all these things. So thanks a lot. And another is the quick question to you, that you said that you have led the digital transformation initiative. So amidst this COVID-19, how great this initiative has helped to your organization, which is the Qatar Islamic Bank. If you can please give brief insight. Yeah.
See, the bank started its digital transformation journey somewhere in 2018, when we formulated a strategy and the roadmap for digitization of our services, because we could see that is the future. And it has been, like, I've been part of the steering committee, and it has been a great experience to convert the bank products and services on digital platforms since then. We've seen huge savings on processing times and provided unprecedented customer experience and convenience. Obviously, the process required investments in technology and new resources with specialized skills, and a lot of work has been put in to bring the vision to reality. But the journey has been exciting and rewarding and continuing. Now, since day one of pandemic, being the leading digital bank in Qatar, our main objective was to guarantee the safety of staff and customers while ensuring business continuity and allowing both retail and corporate customers to fulfill all their banking needs in a fast and efficient manner from anywhere in the world 24/7. So we successfully managed to reduce customers' reliance on face-to-face services. And basically, we implemented measures to ensure the safety of customers, employees as a top priority during the COVID crisis. We allowed customers to fulfill most of their banking needs digitally, and in just a few clicks, the customers can open an account for the first time, get a credit card, increase and manage the card limit, and avail personal finance. So now timing of branches is no longer a restriction, and most of the processes are done in less than 5 minutes. At the peak of pandemic, we closed down most of our branches and migrated almost all transactions and applications for services to our digital channels. Now, more than 80% of our staff were working from home while remaining fully operational for all customer transactions and requests. And even now, we are comfortably operating with only 35% of the staff coming to office while others are working from home. And like today, I'm working from home actually. So overall, I think we have seen a great support because of our initiatives of digital transformation.
Thank you, sir. So now it's a very, very valuable insight, sir. And we'll move to the second round. But in the second round, I request you to please cut the minute of your answer by actually half. So that would be helpful, because we just have around 15 minutes or so to conclude. So maybe the second round will become the kind of the rapid fire round. And before that, just to the eminent panelists, by an oversight, after Dilip Thakkar Sahab, I had moved to Rajeshwar sir. It should have been actually to Gopal sir, because it should be in the order in which the chairmanship was served. So because there were multiple files were open. So apologies to everyone, and also to Gopal sir in particular. But yeah, as everybody is Benty, I should be careful next time. Yes, sir. So now we'll move to the second round, which is called a fireside chat. So let's be very quick. Sir, I would start from Dilip Thakkar Sahab. Sir, what is your advice to the young members, especially those in the industry?
You see, the career development is a lifelong and a continuous journey of learning and relearning. As you rise higher and higher in position, so will be the need to have appropriate leadership qualities, growth mindset, and other professional skills. There is a whole list of essential leadership qualities to embrace, but I would emphasize on integrity, communication, gratitude and empathy with whom you lead. So, someone asked Azim Premji, the ex-chairman of Wipro, how to become a leader. So he replied, and I quote, that people become leaders by bringing authenticity and integrity in everything they do. They don't have to be the loudest voices in the room. In terms of growth mindset, the focus on learning over achievement allows you to love what you are doing. So the positive attitude and emotional intelligence makes it worth it regardless of outcome. In terms of professional management skills, the finance professionals have already the problem skills and so on. But you already know the business, how it is done, and how the organization works. However, as one grows in position and responsibility, one has to look at the other branches of professional management beyond the finance, because the organizations are going global and are nested in different jurisdictions. Managing uncertainty, technology, innovations, sustainability, and all this in the face of contemporary issues, green initiatives, environment protection, social responsibility, and governance is all gaining now prominence. You see, the far-reaching technological revolution is going to lead to the faster changes and deeper impact on the organization and their human capital. This is forcing the management to rethink their future as the existing business models are crumbling. In this environment, those who embrace change and capitalize on opportunities from this chaos are the ones which will come out as winners. Your own understanding of your own goal in this new environment, and again the passion, discipline, dedication, and right attitude that you cultivate from early days to build your various skills will help you to better equip yourself to meet these challenges. I recommend one immortal book of Peter Drucker, The Effective Executive, which remains valid as a guide, whatever be the manager position that one has. Therefore, friends, the time to build your skills is now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And I'm sure going to read this book on Peter Drucker. Our next in the sequence is, and should be as well, Gopal Balasubramaniam. Great in networking. Sir, I have seen your friends and acquaintances were spread across the globe and all are from diverse backgrounds. So this socializing and networking skill, how they've helped you achieve success? How important is it for professionals?
The importance of networking and socializing, and I would say, can never be underestimated. It's not a rocket science and it's not an inborn talent as well. It's all about taking a bold step in connecting, and more importantly, connecting with a purpose. Now, I don't mean an agenda for every relationship, every meeting. It's all about purpose which has to be mutually rewarding, and he or she should believe that you are the right person to talk to. Feel comfortable in dealing with you. This comes only by being genuine, showing the genuineness in any interaction, and being open and transparent in communications. All these things will help you to instantly connect with the person and keep that connection going. It's very important to stay connected. Don't lose the connectivity. Once in a while, send a short email, send a WhatsApp message. That is very important to stay connected. And be honest and humble. So that's another virtue, I would say. Honesty and humility are the two H's I would always bank on successful networking, and also a mutually rewarding one. See, I love meeting people. You all know me for many years now. I make it a point to remember them and then connect with them at a later point, and show that genuineness in maintaining that relationship, and may keep it unconditional. Now everything doesn't come with what is in return. That formula will not work in networking. Then people will always see you as an agenda man. So that's not what I go for. I always have that unconditional kind of connectivity. So that has always helped me in having this kind of networking, which is very, very important. As you go along, the technical knowledge is given in any professional organization or any organization for that matter. As you climb up on your professional career, you must have gone through the professional qualification, the rigorous training and the experience. So technical knowledge is given. This is only the social behavior, how you behave with people, how you connect with people. These are the ones which will distinguish yourself from the others. So, so this is really, been my mantra. At least even, I can give you a live example. Today, I was just called for a meeting on a very short notice, and suddenly they said, okay, the audit partner should be present. And I just saw, the group of young Qataris. I just realized that, and I have dealt with their father once. I remember the name. I was through the name, and after that 1 hour, it was such a pleasure talking to all those young Qataris, and instantly it was a successful meeting for me. So remembering and relating at the right time, it's not about just networking, but keeping the names on your, on a hard disk and throwing it at the right time, relating it. It's all very, very important in a professional, journey where not necessarily in any professional services firm, anywhere where you are. Networking, as both Ravi and Hatham had mentioned, is your net worth. I strongly believe in that, and that has always given me so much of pleasure and happiness. Over to you, Nirlip.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, just on this follow-up question to CA Rakesh. Now, your broad views on networking in continuation of what CA Gopal said.
I think Gopal has said it very correctly and very, comprehensively. But just building on that, I would say you may be a great person with lots of knowledge and skills, but if your social circle and network is limited, your professional growth may be restricted, as not many people will know how good you are. Having a circle of friends and acquaintances always helps to reach out to whosoever you may and whenever you may need them. It also provides you an opportunity to extend help to those who may need it. But this doesn't mean having 1,000+ friends on the Facebook or on LinkedIn. That doesn't help. You need to carefully select your social contacts and nurture them, as Gopal said, with care and empathy. Stay in active contact and stay close, whether through physical contacts or through the media. I would recommend, especially for the young professionals, to be active and participate in various professional forums like your respective CA chapters, college alumni, specific interest groups, and skill development groups like the Toastmasters, etc. All these places offer great opportunities for exchange of ideas, knowledge, and may also provide leads to grow your practice or career. Just to summarize that.
That's very important, and you beautifully, Rakesh sir, started from where Gopal sir has ended. So thank you very much. Now our question is, as per the document which is shared, but we'll have only one question now in the interest of the time, because we have just 12 minutes. I would request to be very quick. Ravi Shankar sir, upskilling is a buzzword. So which kind of upskilling one has to do for the career progression? Sir, you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm okay. You can hear me now? Sorry about that. Yeah, thank you, Nirlip. Continuous upskilling is definitely very important for finance professionals, for them to remain relevant in whatever they do as the new jobs emerge and probably the old ones fade away or vanish. We must at every stage probably assess our current skills and knowledge and identify what is missing. We need to add those skills to our arsenal to keep us relevant. Relevant upskilling will definitely, in this time and age, include acquiring and upgrading our digital competencies, technology competencies. And for finance professionals, it will be developing information systems, your data governance, your data analytics, and then the visualization of the data in terms of presentations and stuff like that. So that's very important. But digital acumen is not the only one. It's got to be more broad-based than that. Your upskilling toolkit must include things like negotiation, should have negotiation skills, communication, collaboration, probably risk management skills. This will make you effective leaders and good contributors within your respective organizations. Now, for example, now the latest one, as CA Gopal is mentioning, with ICAI signing an MOU with QFC, it now opens the doors for Indian CAs to start setting up their consultancy practice in Qatar.
Absolutely.
So this will indeed be a very opportune moment for entrepreneurship-related upskilling, which could be undertaken. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I think this is how you complemented views of CA Hatim also earlier, who spoke about upskilling in an education. So wonderful flow, sir. Thank you very much. CA Rajeshwar, sir, I know you and many know you as a good mentor. And you've mentored many leaders in professionals and Toastmasters and everywhere. So one question I am often asked, and we request your very brief views, how to choose a good mentor? Or we'll refer to someone to you directly.
I liked what Gopal said, remembering and reacting at the right time, And that reminded me when you asked this question, Mr. Thakkar, before he left, he gave me a nice letter. He said, you are one of the most person who mentored the maximum people in Qatar. This was something I could not believe. That gave me, I mentored without knowing that I was doing it. But he wrote a letter as his sort of a compliment to me, which I had to now thank you, sir. You are here with me. And, what the mentoring starts with, if you cannot see where you are going, ask someone who has been there before. Ask someone who has been there before. So people have a big saying thinking that it is mentee who benefits. It is not mentee who benefits. Mentor also benefits because it helps in building leadership skill as a manager, as a team member. So it also gives him a new perspective from mentee. Many mentees who are youngsters probably can give a new perspective than what you know. Third is you get a great personal satisfaction to see someone doing so well after you mentored them. It's a great personal satisfaction when you see the growth and development. How do you select the mentor? Select the mentor appropriate for your purpose. Who has time for you, who share their knowledge and provide you networking opportunity, assist you in personal development, and give constructive feedback without any reason to hold back. So this is you have to select. Asking about whether I am ready, whenever my time permits, to the extent I am ready to mentor anyone, and it will be my great opportunity.
Thank you, sir. I am amazed at how wonderfully all the panelists, I would say, complement each other, because Ravi Shankar also said about that, choose a mentor where he has been, where you want to be. So that's something amazing. And with great respect, welcome, sir, CMINB Chairman, CA Hansraj Chugji, sir. Sir, with your permission, it's because the panel discussion is taking a very, very intriguing shape now.
Yeah, you take your own time. You take your time, Nirlay bhai, as suits you. I'm there I'm also finding out some ways and means to strengthen myself. I can find out the word which is being used, the mentor is also been equally get something advantage of being a mentor. It's not only to the mentee only, the other way around also. So many good things are moving with, you take your own time. I'm there with you.
Sir, sir, maybe around 8 to 10 minutes, I think. We'll finish it. With your permission, sir.
No issue. Take your time.
Yeah, definitely, sir. And now we have cut across the follow-up question on this, sir. Now my question to our eminent panelist, CA Hatim Hussain, known as I would say the fitness ambassador of the Doha chapter. And despite being a board member, CFO, he manages his daily routine to find a time to run 10 kilometers daily. So sir, Hatim sir, how your excellent physical fitness has contributed to your professional success? Sir, you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks, CNLF. Well, let me give you a brief introduction before I jump into that subject. Health is wealth, and with current pandemic crisis, this taught a hard lesson how everyone has to be careful about his health. As chartered accountants, our work life involves sitting long hours for the whole day. It's no-brainer to understand that we tend to put on weight, and if we are not actively involved in any physical activity. we were all involved in some form of social sports during our school and university days. But as our focus moves to our career, the priority changes and we spend less and less time on physical fitness. In Gulf, there is a saying that even if you drink water, you put on weight. And I believe all the mentors sitting here and all the panelists sitting here, they'll be confirming what I'm saying actually. And the tires grow around our belly in no time. Well, I was a fitness freak since my teens and 20s, and as I climbed the corporate ladder success, my waist size and my weight size both expanded dramatically actually. And it was through the international expansion actually that I realized that I was feeling embarrassed about my waist and my weight, and at that point of time I decided that I have to start my physical fitness again and get back into the shape. Well, at one point of time, thanks to my visit to Japan, I'll just give you a brief background on, I was 60 kilos when I came to Middle East. I gained 30 kilos. I was almost 90 kilos by the time I started again going back on my fitness regime. Now, I'll just give you a background about my Japan visit actually. When we had a reunion of Harvard Business School in Japan, one of the activities which Japanese organized was they wanted every member and executive to run 3 kilometers. So I was excited and I said, okay, this 3 kilometers is nothing. It is a cakewalk. So next day morning, 6 o'clock, everybody is going for running and we are geared up. And believe me, I could not run 100 meters with that 90 kilo weights on my body. And I was out of breath completely. So when I was sitting on a bench, I was observing these Japanese men and women, 80 years old and above, among the crowd actually, with such discipline and dedication they were running, and it was impeccable to see them. And I was thinking that what I have done to my body over this period of time, and what this work routine has given me. So alarm bell ringed, and from that stage onward, I said, okay, let us go back to our shape and let us start. So running helped me actually. So by the time I left Japan, I could complete at least 3 kilometers. So after that, it was no turning back. And every day from that day onward, I started increasing. So again, in 10 months time, actually, I moved back to my original weight, around 60 kilos plus. And this helped me actually, both practically and professionally, to change my lifestyle completely.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just to add on, actually, it is not only the physical fitness which I turn towards. It is also this physical fitness helped me in my workplace. Now, during 1 hour of running around, 10 kilometers, I used to do a lot of planning actually. First of all, it is a must stress reliever for us who run a lot, and especially with us, our work life and our long working hours are so extended that our work life is almost stressful. So running helped me to reduce the stress. Then, apart from that, running helped me to plan my schedule every day. It helped me to determine what I need to do the next day morning. It helped me to plan my meetings well. It helped me actually also to network with people. I built a culture of inspiring people in my workplace. Nowadays, actually, many of the organizations, they have introduced physical fitness into their day-to-day activities. Why physical fitness? Because, most of the employees who are not physically fit, there is a cost of these employees to the organization. So most of the organization, they make sure that certain employees are given certain part of practical training and physical training to just make sure that they are in right health and right spirit. Because with good health, good physical fitness, there are less absenteeisms, less work pressure, less backlog of work. All this is part and parcel of an employee being physically fit.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah. Shall we conclude, sir?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. But I like what you said that, running is a stress management tool, and also running helps you building networking with the people. We have a shining example of Dilip Thakkar, sir, on fitness, who has joined us at this age of 78. And sir, hats off to you. 1969 CA qualified pass out with 52 years of experience, I would say. Okay, 45 years because you are retired if you can, and still the black hairs. So the sir, quality and quantity of hairs are much better than mine. But sir, we will, in the interest of time, we will exclude the question to you. But really, you and Hatim sir are the shining examples, sir, on this fitness aspect. So now we'll move to the rapid.
He actually looks younger than what he left when he left Doha.
Correct. So
Thank you.
We will omit the question to Dilip Saab, and now we have just 1 minute. Earlier we had 1.5 minutes. Just 1 minute for a rapid fire round for each of the 6 panelists. So very quick, and you should not take time in thinking also. See, that is also important. So we have pair of 2 panelists, and on which they will. I will just interrupt and say thank you very much at the end of 1 minute. So, sir, importance of the time management. CA Gopal.
Yeah. For me, the time management is all about prioritization of tasks. See, any organization, the more higher you climb up in a hierarchy, there will always be multiple demands on your time. There will be overlapping deadlines. Unless one plans and prioritizes, you will always be short of time. Also, delegation plays a very important role in time management. You can't do everything on your own. You need to find the art of delegation. And delegation means it's delegation with proper authority. If you're going to delegate but retain everything with you, and there is not actually a delegation which is happening there, the person who is delegated is not going to own that process fully. So empowerment is key. So don't do the job which your staff can do with enough success. So there's a famous saying, give the job to the most busy person if you have to accomplish the job. After all, the more busy we are, the better we manage our time. Over to you.
Great. Hatim sir, over to you. Time management.
See, Gopal has said it all. And what I'll say that if you want to learn time management, I'll say that in life, if you get an opportunity, visit Japan once and you will know what time management is. These people actually, before going to bed, they plan the next day and they know what exactly needs to be done. They plan their day in such a manner that they take out time for themselves, they take out time for the job, they take out time for their families, they take out time for the network, and they do it with such a discipline that every second of a day they plan it beautifully. So I will suggest that if anybody wants to understand about time management more and more, just understand Japan and you will get all.
Great tips. You both are winners because you both said about delegating and prioritizing. I think extremely important whether you are freshly qualified or with 50 years of experience. Sir, next question.
I did the time management now by saving your time, but just by saying that go to Japan and you'll understand what is the importance of time.
Yeah. Next is hard work or smart work, which is important. Dilip Thakkar sir.
I think the smart work because it can allow you to put your utmost passion and efforts into work and work creatively to accomplish the set goal within the time limit. One may still have to work hard, but working hard on work to make it smart is the smart work. So I think smart work is the way to go and smart work is the need of the hour.
Absolutely. Hard work or smart work? C.A. Ravi Shankar.
Thank you, Nirlap. I think I'm going to say that I believe both go hand in hand. You probably can't achieve the great things or excellence by just following one. Smart work is often, I believe, misunderstood as less work, which is absolutely untrue. It means just smartly design the hard work. I would say you have to be smart about working hard. Thank you.
Absolutely. Great conclusion. I loved it, sir. Yeah. So final one. Success according to you. C.A. Rajeshwar.
Thank you. The definition of success is deeply individual. Many people in the Middle East, it's $1 million bank account, a marvelous mansion, or a Mercedes Sweden. But for me, personally, it's love and happiness. And I define happiness as an expansion of happiness as progressive realization of your worthy goals in life. That's it.
Okay. Now no more surprise because we have only one panelist left. So success according to you. Last one, C.A. Rakesh.
See, comparing yourself with your neighbor and feeling good that you are better than him is not success, according to me. We as human beings have got unlimited possibilities to do so many things besides just eating and living. Success is peace of mind which is a direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing what you did your best to become what you are capable of becoming.
Great. Wonderful. So with the 3 rounds, a panel discussion round, Ansrat Chuk sir, and then we had a fireside chat, and then we have this rapid fire round. This brings an end to this panel discussion on trilogy of professional success, where we covered, sir, leadership, upskilling and networking skill. I take this opportunity to thank you very much, the committee chair, CA Ansrat Chuk ji and CA Durgesh Kabra ji, for initializing this session and the series of the session, I would say, which has seen probably more than 150 speakers sourced across the globe. And this is the 6th series of such event, which is continuing since more than 2 months, and benefits of which is expected to be yield to more than 60,000 chartered accountants to which we have sent the invitation. Just 2 small things, sir. CMINB has initiated the award of the best CFO in 2018 November. And then we had CA Hatim Hussain, who has been bestowed this award by the same committee which you are heading, sir, in November 2018 in Dubai. And considering, sir, your own vision of encouraging mentors and mentee, we had the extensive question and answer on mentor and mentee, mainly to CA Ravishankar as well as CA Rajeshwar. So, sir, thank you very much on behalf of all the panelists and on myself as well. And, sir, screen is all yours, sir. Over to you, sir.
Basically, thanks is not like this. It is the other way around. We at a committee, you all being a resourceful person or the person with a difference, we are grateful and thankful to each one of you, all the 7. Whether those who are strong to build the physical strength, the guide for to remain as a physical strength. Naturally, Hatim Bhai has been remarkable. I can see like the first, whenever we talk about in the system, कि कहते हैं ना कि भाई in Hindi I'll share with you कि पहला सुख किसका, पहला सुख निरोगी का. If one is strong enough in the health, so then nothing can beat you. All the things which has to be taken subsequently, whether it is your intellectual strength, whether it is your mental strength, or the connecting others, bringing the network also, then only it is possible that once you are strong in your health, the rest of the things, ways are being formed to be on those kind of things. So that is really been a great enough, and more so, you see like Dilip ji showing the ability at this very age. Yes, we can feel from his words or from the face reflection itself how strong he is physical at this very age also. That is basically me also. This is a little motivational things. Now I'll also really been going the way it requires to be, though so far for one reason or the other. तो वो सब बहानेबाजी अब छोड़नी पड़ेगी. जब हातिम भाई को और हमारे दिलीप जी को देख के जो है हमें आज बड़ा जो है आनंद आया. और I really appreciate all the 7 today, whether it is the panelist or the moderator, you yourself. Really I appreciate that is the need of the hour, to make at the very first stage the younger ones, to make them to understand with what is store for them in the life for to be achieving with in the happy manner. Naturally, if you excel in the career, you deliver the excel, all the things will follow with, whether it is the name, whether it is the fame or the money also will follow you if you are taking care of all the best of the intellectual strength, mental strength, physical strength, the spiritual strength also taken together. These are the pillars to become stronger and to really be taken forward, taking forward your name, which is for the purpose, which is for the objective, the bringing out the fame also, and getting the money in your pocket also, and in bank has to be there for you. Special bank will be created for the younger ones. कि ये बैंक किसका? ये बैंक इस चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट का. ये बैंक किसका? इस चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट का. So those kind of things really one has to understand with. I'm very grateful and thankful to each one of you. Dilip ji more particularly. Then Hatim bhai, really hats off to you, the way you really enjoy the life. And the Gopal ji I heard before also. And Ravi Shankar ji and the Rajeshwar ji and the Rakesh ji. Thanks to each one of you. All combined together. Naturally you are making our younger ones to excel with and taking them forward. And with this feeling, I am very grateful and thankful to you. On the very first day, I could not, though normally we visit on the first day and the last day, but on the first day I could not because of my engagement somewhere. Very thankful to each one, each of the speakers. I'll not name them up because there is a long list. Some panel discussion, some 101 discussion, and most of the cases it is a panel discussion. But this 6th in the series, all taken together, more than 150 speakers. And today, it's a focus was on the Doha. Everyone seems to be from the Doha. So that today, naturally, it's a different day. And naturally, I'm looking at the strength of each one of you. And the way the response has come from the mentee also, the younger ones also. I hope with the sport, with your sport to the younger ones, they'll continue to, they will be starting flourishing will, though they are at a very first stage of their career. They need more guidance. They need more, as far as the mentoring is concerned, more coaching is concerned. And whenever they need them, we'll be there with you with a request, why don't you come again and guide us? Guide our younger ones. I'm very grateful and thankful to the younger ones also for taking their time, though it is in their interest only they are here, but I'm very thankful to them also. Thank you everyone, and wish this in the time to come, whenever we need each one of you, you will be there again with the committee. Committee has always been receptive at a different and always been expecting our resourceful people, our leaders at a different level will be sportive enough. They will be always handholding the committee, and committee will be delivering the best in the manner wherever it has been expected with. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Nirlap, how many people connected today? How many youngsters did we address? Okay.
Thank you.
Someone else also, please.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Hansraj Chugh, sir, for all the guidance, all the support, for initiating, for your vision. At personal level, it is helping us also, organizer, or, apart from it helps somewhere to the newly qualified CAs.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ranganathan ji, thank you very much to you. Solid support.
Thank you, panelists.
Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you, everyone. It
Thank
was a
you,
pleasure.
sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, it's a great
Thank you.
pleasure for me also, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much, sir. Looking forward to having you again, sir. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.